a lot of people probably also start in a founding journey from some sense of like grandiosity, some like sense that you're better than others, or that you're just exceptionally talented, or like you have really good ideas, or some self-aggrandizing kind of notion. I think is very common, and to some extent it's good, right? Like what would the world have been without no pretentiousness at all, right? Like if no pretentiousness was allowed, very very little probably good art or good music would flourish. So I think it's an important driving force, but it it sort of risks stopping you from developing, and especially from developing in a structured way. And I think many people, myself included, have not worked on themselves in a structured enough way. I started working with a coach for the first time like 5-6 months ago, and I've been just hugely skeptical of coaches and all this kind of industry of like, I see it to some extent like as a paid friend kind of thing, and I have a lot of friends that I don't have to pay to hang out with me. So I've been just very skeptical of this concept. And then we did this like 360 review of me and see how the coach thing worked. I mean, he's great. It's nothing kind of, but let's see. It's more on me, like to what extent am I able to. But we did this like 360 review, and board members, early investors, colleagues, everyone was kind of like spent an hour filling out everything about me, and it wasn't like anything particularly damaging. It's not like, it hasn't kept me up at night. And we got this like rating on, how visionary, execution, relationship builder like scores. And my coach is like 75 years old. He's OG. He's not like, find your strength kind of guy. He's like, okay, you suck at this kind of approach. And the takeaway for me was like, on most of these things, I'm pretty average, right? And that was, at first I was like very angry at that, like, I'm this amazing guy, I'm, those guys have like reviewers, they've totally misunderstand me. I'm just so much better than what they think. But then, and this was average in like a, peer group of other CEOs, and I started thinking about it more and more, and over time it's become just incredibly motivating for me to just be like, okay, I'm average in this group of relatively competitive group of CEOs, and I just really want to get better. And this startup acts as a very potent kind of personal development vehicle for me. It's obviously important that all the things that we're doing and people's jobs, and that's obviously like most 90% important, but it also acts as a very powerful personal development vehicle for me. I'm average, and it's about time to sort of start taking advantage of the opportunity to become really good at what I do, and it because it's fun to be good at what you do, and much more fun than to be average. And so, advice to younger self is probably to, especially if you're like 26 years old and starting out founding a company, you probably are at best average, but there are ways to like significantly improve if you are working deliberately.
And if you acknowledge, if you're
On it.
self-aware and acknowledge that, I like that.
I
Yeah.
think so. I think so. So I remain optimistic about my own ability to improve, but let's see.